Today, I will show you how to make NPCs with custom dialogue in vanilla Minecraft with commands. First, I will show you how to make an NPC with a single line of dialogue using the commands in the description. Then I will explain how it works and how you can customize it to have as many lines as you want. Run command 1 to set up the scoreboard, then go to where you want your NPC to be and run command 2 to set up the interaction entity. If you would like to confirm your placement of the interaction entity, press F3 and B. Alternatively, you may have to press FN, F3 and B. This will reveal hitboxes. Then, use command 3 to summon in the custom NPC, which in this case is a villager. To utilize the interaction entity, place down two command blocks like this. Paste command 4 into the bottom one, and command 5 into the top one, and set them both to always active. Place 3 command blocks like this, and paste commands 6, 7, and 8 into them. Then set them all to always active. Now you should have a simple NPC with a single line of dialogue. The way this works is whenever you click the NPC, or really the interaction entity placed around it, a scoreboard, or variable, specific to the player, is changed. When this variable is equal to 1, a command block triggers and sends a message to the player whose variable has changed. This message is the dialogue you want the NPC to say. Another command block also detects that the variable has changed and adds 1, to prevent the previous command block from executing its command again and again, spamming the chat. The variable is now at a specific number where nothing is set to happen, until the NPC is clicked again and the variable is once again increased by 1. This allows you to add as many lines of dialogue as you want to the NPC. Just make sure that the last line of dialogue is also set to reset the variable to 0. That is, if you want the player to be able to replay the dialogue. Now, if you didn't quite understand that, that's okay. I have a slightly more simple example here in the world. I've just added signs to the command block shown in the first section. So we have at 0, the variable does nothing. When it goes to 1, which is when it'll always add 1 as soon as you click the entity. So when it's at 1, it sends a message. And then also, when it's at 1, it immediately changes it to 2. Then when it's to 2, it changes it back to 0, because as you can see, we only have one line of dialogue. So if you want to make more lines of dialogue, I'm just going to make an extra one, but you can duplicate this technically to infinity. All you want to do is grab these 3 command blocks by holding down Control on your keyboard and pressing the middle mouse wheel down. Now, you just got to make sure you grab them in the same order. So I made sure to grab them from the bottom to the top. All you need to do is go here, 1, 2, 3. Now, this is the very important step. See this command block? Break it. You don't need it because it's there now. So to start off with, again, 0 does nothing. 1 says the message, then as soon as 1 says the message, it changes it to 2. 2 is our neutral variable. It won't do anything at 2. So only when we click it again, and it adds another 1, and goes to 3 is when stuff will happen. So for this one, all we need to do is edit this. For when it matches 3, it'll say a message. We'll customize this message in a moment. Then to this one, when it matches 3, set it to 4. 4 will be our new neutral value. And then on this one, because we're just setting it back to 0, when it goes to 4, 4 or over, which is what those 2 dots mean, it'll set it back to 0. So now if you click it, you will just see it just seems to keep saying the same thing. That's because all you need to do is go to this command block, where it has the text for the second line, and we can add whatever we want in here. So I'll just say, greetings traveler, where are you headed? So this will be the next line of dialogue. So now when we go to interact with thing, the first thing he'll say is greetings traveler, and then he'll say where are you headed? And then as soon as you click him again, it'll go back to greetings traveler. And I know it looks a bit weird now, but when you have a lot of time, which I don't have, and you can just put as many lines of dialogue as you want, you can have a whole conversation with Sven. Also, something I didn't mention previously is the villager actually has absolutely nothing to do with that, so we could get rid of him, or in this case, change him to whatever mob we wanted. Because if we actually look, inside is the villager's hitbox, and then outside is the interaction entity. The villager doesn't do anything other than stand there doing nothing, which is why I've removed his AI, so he just stands there and does nothing. So You could change this to basically any entity in the game, as long as you remove their AI. All you need to do is probably, depending on what type of mob it is, expand the interaction entity to fit around it. It's only 2 blocks now, but let's say you want to add a Ravager or something like that, it's going to need to be bigger. I've also just gone ahead and added signs to here as well that says the specific function, so if you want to try to wrap your head around it if you haven't quite yet, take a screenshot or pause the video so you can refer back to this, which basically explains what each command block is doing. Don't worry about these are just making the score go up when we click the interaction entity, or in this case, the NPC. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing. Now, what if you wanted your NPC to do more than just talk? What if you wanted your NPC to, say, give the player a quest? Well, if that's the case, then check out this video. It'll show you exactly how to add quests to your custom NPCs.